I'm Ray, Chubby Ray Comics. I don't buy single issues. I get collected editions, trade paperbacks, and omnibuses. I love them. I love talking about them. And today, I'm going to answer one of the questions I get asked most. And that is, can you name the best DC omnibuses? I can. DC Comics has some of the most legendary omnibuses ever printed. But which ones are truly the best? I am going to tell you today. I am breaking down the top 10 DC omnibuses of all time. And trust me, if you're a collector, these are the books you cannot afford to miss. Let me just warn you in advance. There might be a little advantage to books that have just come out recently because I just read them and they're still on my mind, so I might give some unfair advantage to those. But let's see, I want to run down the top 10 books for you. Let's start with omnibus number 10. Justice League Darkseid War. Now listen, I was going to pick some Justice League. I love it all. Justice League 52 is fantastic. Justice League Forever Evil is fantastic. But I had to make the final decision. I went with Darkseid War Omnibus as number 10. This is written by Geoff Johns, the GOAT, and drawn by Jason Fabok. Perhaps the reason I picked it is because in this omnibus, Batman ends up in the Mobius chair. And it is so cool. It's big action adventure, great battle scenes, bad guys helping good guys, and Batman in the Mobius chair. You could also get this story in Justice League New 52, Volume 2, which I could have picked, but I thought, this is a really, really hard to find omnibus, and it's just the Darkseid War whole story. I love it. Number 10. Now, number 9. How can it not be on the list? The Death and Return of Superman. This book makes me relive my youth of what happened when DC Comics decided to kill Superman and bring him back. This has the battle between Superman and Doomsday, which is a great battle. And its guest stars are everyone in the DC universe. It has the main battle with Doomsday. It has the funeral for a friend storyline. It has the reign of Superman and the return. This is a classic omnibus from DC Comics. It doesn't get more classic than this. And it's the first superhero, Superman. I highly recommend this book, and it is thick. Thick book. It'll take a while to read, but you'll enjoy it. That's number 9. Number 8. It's another Superman book. This one is the Phillip Kennedy Johnson omnibus that just came out earlier this summer. When I saw this book was coming out, I thought it's just going to be the Warworld saga, but it's so much more. It's the whole Phillip Kennedy Johnson run. In fact, the Warworld saga doesn't even start until you're this much into the book. It starts with Warworld Rising, which is Superman and family trying to stop a world war. This is a classic omnibus with Superman and John Kent in space starting it off. Then we go to the Warworld saga, which is great. Phillip Kennedy Johnson's Action Comics run was fantastic. This guest stars The Authority. It's got Batman, the whole Superman family, and it's awesome. And it's number 8 on my top 10 omnibus list. Now we're on to number 7. It's Detective Comics by Mariko Tamaki. And I know some of you are saying, where's Scott Snyder Batman? Trust me, Scott Snyder Batman has been on the list every time I've ever done one of these, but I'm sorry. The Mariko Tamaki book is that good. I love Scott Snyder. I'm sure he'll be back on this list when I do it again. But as of now, a recent read of this book had me knock Snyder off my list. This is a great book. It's got to do with Bruce Wayne having to move out of Wayne Manor. And he moves into a neighborhood in the city. He meets new neighbors, one of them dies, and guess who's accused of the murder? That's right, Bruce Wayne. It's fast-paced. Mariko Tamaki's writing is fantastic. Listen, it's illustrated by Dan Mora. Come on. Number 7, Detective Comics, Mariko Tamaki. Number 6, Batman War Games. I know this is another recent release, and maybe the fact that it's so recent has my mind stuck on it, but Batman War Games is fantastic. Now, I can't even tell you who the writer of this book is, because it's not a name that comes off the top of your head. This has one of the best beginnings of any DC Comics omnibus. A girl ends up accidentally ODing. Batman goes looking for the drug dealer and pushes him out a window. It's the whole Bat family fighting every gang in Gotham City. This book includes Stephanie Brown as Robin, who has a great story in the book. It's not the happiest story, but she has a great role in this book. The guest stars are fantastic. And Tim Drake even shows up to help save the day. Batman War Games. Number 6 on the top 10 best DC omnibuses. Number 5. Joshua Williamson is one of the best writers in comics today. His take on Flash during the Rebirth era is fantastic. And the Joshua Williamson Flash Volume 1 is great. It is one of the quickest omnibuses you will ever read. It has Godspeed in it. It's Barry Allen taking on his rogues, training Wallace West, teaming up with Batman, meeting Jay Garrick. The Button crossover is one of the finest Flash Batman stories ever written, and it's in this omnibus. And part 2 of this omnibus comes out this year. Number 5, The Flash by Joshua Williamson. I know some of you are asking some questions like, where's Gotham Central? Where's Swamp Thing? Where's Wonder Woman? Trust me, there was a bunch of books that almost made the list but didn't. It was hard to come up with a list of 10 when 3 of the books starred the same character. Number 4, Batman by James Tynion. I love this omnibus. Love this omnibus. James Tynion wrote incredible stories, including a story that I think is one of the best Batman stories of all time. Their dark designs. This also contains the Joker War story, Ghost Stories, which is the debut of Ghostmaker. It's great writing, great art. It's got guest stars like Harley Quinn, Clown Hunter, Punchline, Deathstroke, and so many more. And it's just Volume 1. Volume 2 is coming out next February, and that will include Fear State, Cowardly Lot. James Tynion's Batman run is epic. That's why it's number 4 on my top 10 omnibus. Number 3 is the greatest map omnibus ever made. When people ask me what omnibus should I buy first, this is the book that I tell them to buy. Infinite Crisis. It's Geoff Johns, Gail Simone, some amazing writers. It's Phil Jimenez, Ivan Reis, and every character in the DC universe. Plus, it has great guests and Superboy Prime. And it resets the whole universe. It's number 3 on my top 10 DC omnibuses. Number 2, I had to pick a character and a writer who has more than one omnibus that is so good, that is so fantastic, you can't read just one omnibus. You have to read them all. Of course, I'm talking about Green Lantern by Geoff Johns. Volume 1 is Hal Jordan's Rebirth and the Sinestro Wars. Volume 2 is Blackest Night, and Volume 3 is Brightest Day, with tons of guest stars and all kinds of rings. The Geoff Johns Green Lantern run is so good. You can't read just one book. When you get done with Volume 1, you go right into Volume 2, and when you get done with 2, you go right into 3. It's amazing. You can't stop reading, and you'll love every second of it. And now, this all leads us up to number 1, the best DC omnibus I've ever read. And the quickest. I've only had it for a month and a half, and I've read it twice. It's Nightwing by Tom Taylor and Bruno Redondo. It's fantastic. This is Nightwing and Barbara Gordon. Fantastic art, gripping stories, and amazing pacing. Plus, it's got Titans in it. This is just Volume 1, and I can't wait to see more of Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon. And the real star of this book, the three-legged dog, Bitewing. This book has everything. Great pacing, a fantastic story, moments like when they're reading Alfred's letter that make you cry. The love story between Dick and Barbara is really good. That dog is so lovable. The guest stars, including Superman, Batman, Mr. Terrific, the Titans, John Kent, and so many more. This book is fantastic. I cannot recommend it enough. Now, sure, maybe because I just read it a month and a half ago and I love it and can't get it out of my mind. But as of right now, this is the best DC omnibus I've ever read. So number 1, Nightwing. Make sure you get it. Don't miss out, because this book will sell out and you're going to want it. So there you go. There's my top 10 DC omnibuses. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed giving it to you. I'm Ray, Chubby Ray Comics. Subscribe to this channel. Like comment. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if you think I'm crazy for leaving out certain books. But as of now, these are my 2025 edition top 10 DC Comics omnibuses. I'm Chubby Ray, and I'll see you next video.